won it against Spirit, so that's something, but we haven't seen them play it just yet with Zip back in the roster. So here we go. Let's set our sights on Ancient, and it might be a quick one here if Ence keep up that speed. An unlikely grand finalist, setting sights on NIP on the other side of the server here.
No, that could be interesting.
Julie's on the T side. 2 sets of Julie's on the T side.
Huh?
Yeah, well, Cave wouldn't be too bad to have 60 bullets of Fury, I imagine.
60 bullets, that does sound silly in just the 2 players' hands. Let's see how this one goes. So, nade drop, it might be the nip strat.
Oh, Snappy's going to throw both of these here. I think that they're just going to crawl on up long. 2 sets of Julie's. Is this BM?
I think it might be. Feeling themselves. So, smokes are flying, flashes too.
Standard smokes.
And look at that. If Cave is clear, which it isn't, hanging out in Cheetah is Zipex, but as you discussed, it's going to be very potent to hold this off. And here comes a retake. Let's see how Astralis handle business here and try for the 360. Diha puts one down range and suddenly looking good, ready to rock and or roll. Hades deletes Bobski. Got any more for us? Yes, he does. That's 3 on the Glock. And looking to take some answers quickly. Dupree charging in for the fight. He's made the right read, but not the right shot. Ence flying out of the gates here onto the B site and taking another pistol.
Bit of a grin on Hades' face there as well. The fact he gets 3 in that situation is wild. I can't believe this either. It's like, all right, well, we're just going to run into Cave, right? We'll circumvent worrying about you deep behind our smokes. We'll push on in. We'll take some territory of our own, the wrong way round, mind you. And they're going to set themselves up with a pistol round here. So, Ence steaming hot right now. Diha's going to throw you that donut molly right there for this mid-control. That landing right there in front of Lucky. Smoke will bloom behind that. Top mid cornered off as well. And this is the full mid-control package that you'll see a lot of teams throwing. It's also met with a few flashes over, but those details you don't see too much on your screen. Spins up and down. And just with the opener here in round number 2. So there is some fight. Now they might just want to start heading back over towards the B bomb site here. If they can get their hands on that Galil, they'll be happy, but Diha wants to deny that. Tucked in, tagged now, and, well, should be dead.
Yeah, Magic's likely to find that. I mean, actually, to say that, Magic went down, he rotated in and loses his life. On the way in, Hades again looking impactful. That AK in the right man's hands, it seems. Now the boost should counter them, and a quick one out of Lucky's Deke stops Diha in his tracks.
Plant at least.
Yeah, but if Doto doesn't anticipate that boost, oh, they have to drop off, and he's actually threatening with his MAC-10 nearly. Oh, and 2 just in the last bullet, 1 to the head. Hades confirms Dupree is dead, and Lucky forced to save.
How much damage did Dodo just do there in like a split second? It just went from everything looking good to Astralis to it all falling apart immediately here. So, ouch, that one fell apart nice and quick. And Ence, they can continue this little spree that they're on. 2 rounds now. Lucky trying to hold on to the MAC-10. Has a Deagle as well, who'd be happy to drop one of the 2 across to a teammate in the next round of play. But Ence are looking great right now, and they're trying to have a repeat of that form that they had over there in Pro League not that long ago. A 2-0 over Astralis is something to boast about. Well, that's the opener, and you think at that point, especially after Lucky gets this one, maybe, just maybe, the round was open for conversation, but that second one there from Dodo was great. The dink onto the Glock made him softened up for Hades to peel on out, and can't seem to catch a break right now, the Danes. Same mid-util being lobbed, and you can see it here from a different perspective. 2 guys in spawn just jump throwing over that wall. And you're going to have to try and rumble this in the gun rounds here, Astralis. You got 2 choices, right? We've seen different approaches. The Movistar Riders, I like what they were doing, where they were throwing out a smoke of their own and playing behind it to secure that mid-control versus NIP. Oh,
second time's the charm.
Yeah, that was much snappier from Spinks. He tried the other side. I'll go the right side this time.
Why does this feel like Nuke again? I know I don't want to speak too soon. I'll wait for the first gun round. I've got to see sneaking suspicion. Ence are not letting off that gas pedal.
No, like the confidence must be brimming at this point, right? They got that massive win yesterday against G2, and we will check on G2 again. Obviously, they're playing against Fiend, guys, and the first map went in favor of G2. They did close it, 16-12. So FaZe fans, just 16 more rounds now for G2, and they are moving into Mirage. But yeah, that game yesterday, they played some good Counter-Strike, and the individuals showed up. All of them had moments.
Oh, that's exactly what Lucky with his recovered deagle needed, but it's only the one. Bubsky changes that to 2. And he'd love to save that rifle, but it's not a realistic goal. Doto and his MAC-10 keeping the mischief alive. And Astralis, yeah. Not a single body left. Going to have to invest, and let's see how this first gun does look.
Doto's one of those support players who seems to be comfortable using any weapon, and he understands his job and his role within the team very well. And then we haven't seen it a whole lot today here, but some of his clutches as well, they have been impressive. Back in Pro League, we did see him win a massive clutch on Nuke. He's had a couple of clutches here during the RMR, but right, we're into the gun round. An aggressive mid. The deep molly dissuades the pick, and a shallow smoke. So it's a different way of doing things here. Warning shots from Zip. He doesn't know that he's tagged up Snappy right now, and he is being pressured. If he re-peeks in towards Cave right now.
Fighting fire with fire, or in this case, aggression with aggression. Barrel, careful now. Good damage. Chipping away at the Ence attack. I wonder if Snappy wants to go back to the drawing board or back to throw some util. The same stuff we saw on the pistol. I don't know if he has a second one sitting idly by so he can do the full set, but just going to take some pace out of this. Cut noise. D-Has rotating in. Maybe D-Had can at least provide another man into the site. And actually, those sprays are connecting.
This just opens him up. If he does have another smoke under his feet here, it opens them up to be able to contest with more numbers. So he does. He's grabbed the second. The site will be smoked off again here. Same as the pistol round.
It enables the entire squad, other than Snappy, to commit as soon as they bloom. And a missed shot. Lucky, you won't get many more chances. 2 is enough. Doto cuts his head off. All right. What do you do if you're Astralis here? At what point? Bubsky pushes him further into the side with a frag. Snappy down. More util deployed, trying to isolate the jewels towards the triangle side. Hades, he's having his issues as well. The gap closing. Astralis pushing into the site. The kit is on Bubsky, and that's a headshot out of D-Ha. Bomb's half ticked. The Danes kept at arm's length at the moment by Ence. They can't get past him. Spinks denies. Only Dupree running out of health. The wall bangs. The wall bangs.
Harassment.
Just leave him alone. 12 HP. I'm not sure he's even going to be allowed to leave.
Oh, lucky he went towards spawn just there. He will get away with his life here. D-Ha goes down to the bomb. I want to talk about the details of the smoke timing of what Snappy's throwing as well there, right? He's throwing the short side, right, or the left side from his perspective second. So I like this because the smokes are up, but the timing is, once they get the bomb down, the right side fades, and you want to take that side and put pressure on, right? So as that fades, you still get your left covered, you get to take that jewel if you'd like, and then the left side's going to start fading as you can rescind back a bit, which is the more cover you need to get back down that long area if you want to get back to cover.
I will say, though, that we've seen how prominent and effective AWPers can be from that cave position, and they haven't opted to Molotov or smoke it either, like even on the gun rounds. I understood why not on the pistol, but they didn't either. Lucky just missed 2 sitters. So that is a way to rumble it. At least it looks as if Ence are quite happy just to take those fights on the pillar player dry.
Yeah, and I think as well, if you do have a spam combo with the flash combo, if there's no jarring utility, then well, what are you really meant to do? So Dupree's save rifle, the best they have to boast, as well as a couple of deagles, and the same mid util. They're going to extinguish it themselves this time around, and Dupree wants to fight behind this.
You can understand why, right? Only rifle in play. Oh, Spinks! That's a perfectly placed crosshair if ever I saw one. Straight through the smoke, straight to the dome, and he's not quite done yet.
They're getting better, right? Like, we're seeing them, now that they're playing with, I would assume, more confidence.
It's true.
They're getting sharper, they're looking stronger as individuals, and again, for most of these guys, it's not like they've played a lot of LANs.
No, it's just like, getting the ticket to the major is just confirmation that you are as good as you thought you were.
I just want to give everybody a bit of a history lesson. It wasn't that long ago that Snappy was meant to be headed to Mongolia. That's not even a joke.
Can I have an elaboration?
He was going to go play for Tiger, I think it was, in Mongolia.
Really?
And then that didn't happen because, well, this little thing that you guys may have heard about called the global situation happened.
Ah, the global situation.
Yes, the global situation. But, yeah, and then he ended up in Contact, and that was a mess.
It was. Maybe Zipex can cause a mess. A little bit of blood stains on the clothes, but it's dupreeh that can at least put 2 down, leaving Lucky's dig, and yeah, just aggressing into the entire pack. Wasn't going to go too well, and it doesn't seem like Astralis have got too much to show here. An absence of frags, that's for sure. Admittedly, Bubsky didn't really get to play the video game thanks to Spinks.
Just tracking him there nicely, so good stuff here. Stalled out for a moment, right? dupreeh putting up a slight bit of resistance here. But nothing of note, and well, now it is the ult back out for Lucky. The rifle's around, the buy is in, a kit in play one more time, but when will they get there first? D has opted to go in with a MAC-10 here. He could have bought himself, if he'd like, an AK. So how does he want to use this bad boy? It's more of an A-heavy lean this time round. But they've quickly shown presence, and now they've jumped on back, setting up their smokes. Now there's a plethora of different ones you need. Temple, Donut, CT. How many are they going to go with? They've only opted for the 2.
I'll be interested to see if they can get away with A. Not many teams have it.
Oh,
a variation.
I see.
Well, Bubsky, you either peek into the AWP or you let them plant. dupreeh's found an alternate option. Okay, Snappy getting that plant. Surely they can contest. Is he going to get away with it? He actually has. Daylight robbery. The bomb's gone down. Cheeky one. Straight out of the mines of Ence. Okay. 3-on-3, Doto is in a prime position though. They're going to have to clear him out first, and that's going to rot time off the clock. There just isn't much time to play with, nearly. Oh, and the recovery.
Play the bomb, look at the time.
Yeah, there isn't enough. He'd have had to have hit the first one out of that M4, and that is unique, at least to me. I hadn't seen it that way before, and you could see Astralis trying to quickly adapt and find answers.
Oh, okay.
Frustration's mounting now for Astralis. Like Nuke, they could write it off if they came in and started doing the same treatment to Ence on their map pick, but it's looking like their map pick.
Dodo was masterful. Masterful right there in that position, and Spink's able to chime in with a couple as well. Now that smoke wall comboed in with a Molotov, right? That molly into that temple position. It almost works as a string right there to just make sure that no peeks are enabled. Now, I'm not sure how many times you can get away with that move. That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
But also the question is, how often times do you need to even try it? You know, you've conditioned them.
You just go B.
Just go B. And he didn't choose to pull the trigger. This scout was a hard shot to take. He didn't even opt to go for it. Zipex is trying to get very cheeky with it here. So
he should have seen something by now.
Would have, should have, and has nearly finished the job. Come on, it's 9 HP, just not quite on the money. Defensive smoke now dropped, and they don't have to get any more crazy than that. Where did Lucky just go down? D has just popped his head through the red house door, and maybe even 3. Fortunately, dupreeh's scout is connecting.
Snappy's still very low here, however, so this is a very good chance for Astralis now. Oh, and Doto copping some damage to the face. Hades had to hit that one right now, and the second behind the pillar. He's pushing on in.
He knows it, and he, looked like he was on the money. Little wobbly on the execution. He's just fed the AWP into the Astralis hands, likely going to try and pivot back, and dupreeh's going to be hot on his heels.
Race is on.
It is.
Oh, he's gone the long way round.
Interesting.
This is very interesting.
I wonder if dupreeh's going to anticipate Donut.
Oh, but they both just started to walk away from the site. So dupreeh is worried about A. Doto, if that was just to make sound at that point, if there was a Donut player to hear it, well, it could have worked. Just because left over was this, oh, Snappy's going to come around behind him, Alex. If Snappy keeps pushing.
That's such a play, considering he knows he's likely forced at least one to rotate. Side of the head.
Have to plant safe, though. Have to plant safe. Magis can rumble this.
He will not have any vision. And a miss now from Magis. Snappy will start that crawl. dupreeh could catch a timing here. Magis gone. A hard one for dupreeh now, and Snappy doesn't need to do anything more than that.
Miracle to get
Mission
out of that
accomplished.
situation. I can't believe they got out of that. There was so much damage done, right? Snappy took all that over towards Cave at the start of the round when he was jumping up ledge, and Dupree looking for some damage on the way out the door. I'm sure he'd love to get himself a free AWP. The bomb too far gone now. He can't win the round. It is just about the constellation, and, well, there you go. The AWP is on the deck, but Doto is coming loudly.
One-on-one, Doto and Dupree, and the fire is perfect. Damn, Doto delivers 7-0. Ence best team in the world, or?
Maybe just, well, Na'Vi probably want to have
yes.
Ence best team in Europe?
Best team in Europe.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yep, yeah. I'm sure, yeah, Na'Vi.
Ence or Nip, they're going to have that conversation tomorrow, it seems.
Oh my. What was the scoreline in the first map before we even saw a round come out here from Astralis? It took a very long time. It was 10-1. It was 10-1, and we're sitting at 7-0. Another B-Stream update for everybody, just quickly. G2 are winning map number 2, 4-1 right now. They're on the CT side of Mirage. Now, we did see Fiend have a great game against FaZe on Mirage the other day, so it could be interesting here. I'm sure it was going to have a few more twists and turns. But remember what the implications of that game are. If G2 wins, then Fiend versus Copenhagen Flames is for the 8th slot, which guarantees FaZe a spot in the major.
Decoy being deployed into mid. It's not really going to do anything. I'm just excited to see one deployed.
A Decoy fan, are you?
Yeah, I'm convinced. You know how we were talking before about how solved Counter-Strike is and how mastered all of the nuanced details of the video game. The decoys are still a meme.
Well, in Danger Zone,
they used to block a door once.
In Danger Zone, they make footstep noise. That's what they should do with it in Counter. Footstep noise.
It would be genuinely quite potent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be able to.
I don't think you could charge $50 for them.
No, maybe just put the price point up
200?
a little bit. Yeah, well, we can flirt with it. We can change it around a bit here. And Ence are working on this mid control again. Spinx has had a pretty good time of it. They've setting up a cave flash here. So this is a jump throw into the little slot at the top. And with the molly, that's a great combo. Smoked off. It will deny for about 20 seconds here. So with 50 on the clock right now, and the bomb floating back through this T-spawn position. D-Hard doing it loudly, because late, it doesn't matter. They don't know which side it's going to be.
Well, we know what they're about to do, don't we? We know exactly what Snappy's up to. The same two smokes. And 3-up ramp this time. Spinx opting for early presence towards that cave position. Now it's Zipex's responsibility. Snappy with the wallbang to keep it conditioned. And not too fussed about that HE. They've got about 7 seconds left on this. The flashes will rain in. Holding from Cave. Magis, that's a big contribution.
Should be their first here, surely.
Look
at the time.
Has to be. D-Hurt. He has to plant. He has to plant. He has to plant now, but now Zipex, he can't contest because Spinx is keeping him busy. And now the digits punch. What was that for a pivot? The patience on Dia. It's like 12 seconds, Chad. And he sits and waits, catching them. Spinx strikes. They both win their duels, and Ence will take an 8th. I had exactly the same sentiment as you. There had to be Astralis's.
I was wondering if Natu was dreaming. Maybe I am. Am I awake? Is this and
hang on, let me pinch
now?
you.
Yeah, okay, I'm definitely awake. Ah, that was punishment. Pivot, yeah, but punished. Nothing carried across here. And the laugh of Snappy says it all. Could not be having a better time.
I'm no body language expert, Chad, but I'd even call that a chuckle of disbelief.
Well, Bubsky almost letting the rage get the better of him there as well. What are they meant to do?
I have no idea.
I remember the conversation about this being a CT-sided map.
Yeah, well, the stats are going to get a bit wobbly on this one, for sure.
Maybe we could get a 16-0 from the T side.
Oh, Chad, well, you've just...
There's no such thing.
No, I know. Superstition, voodoo,
find me a ladder. I'll walk under it right now.
Yeah? What else is there?
Black cats.
Punch a mirror.
Yep. What else do I need to do?
I don't know. We all know it's not real, but people like to get as angry that like it is.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's a fun little game we all play.
Yeah, that we all kind of pretend it's real.
I'm happy with pretending things are real.
Shout
Tooth Fairy hooked me up a couple times.
I got £1. What did you get? $1?
$2.
Oh, inflation.
It's not even worth £1, so don't worry about it. Australian money's not real.
Oh, that's true.
Not even a real country.
It's good to know the Tooth Fairy's considered the currency and exchange rate, though. Keeping it consistent globally.
Okay, well,
Soon she'll be putting crypto under the pen.
Being pulled all across the map. And they've actually gambled over towards A. Now, the bomb again, this must be intentional, right? Diha, oh, he's quiet about it this time. Okay, so not noisily scampering back on through that audible water. But they're having to smoke their own cross right now. So even though Spinks has this red room control, 45 seconds, a lot of time to pivot. Diha's gone back through the swamp, now towards A. So ping-ponging all over the shop. I'm not certain where they want to finish right now, and the late nature of this, maybe resting on Spinks, some shots. He's spotted a minimum of 2, and now he's dead.
Okay. Astralis can count. Could have counted on Zipex and the AK, but Magisk is the one standing between them and the site, looking to plant.
They've won this. They have to have won this.
They have to. There should be nothing left, and yeah, Magisk confirms our suspicions. So, Chad, you're telling me the round after you said it could be a 60-0, they win one. You're telling me that it's not real.
I'm telling you curses are not
100%
real.
not real.
I'm telling you they're not
You had
real.
no bearing on Astralis winning their first
I'm not
race.
a witch. You know that cauldron that's in my room?
Yes.
It's not really.
That's just for your smoothies.
Yes.
Ah, but what with the bubbles though? There were bubbles, there was toil, there was trouble.
You weren't meant to see all that.
I did.
Okay, well, the streak has been broken.
Look what you've done.
Let's settle into this one now, shall we? Everybody take a bit of a seat.
Can you just appreciate my camera work? I've free cammed on my PC so we can keep tabs of how they're getting that smoke there for Snappy, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's just like routine for them. They just park it in the corner.
On their default.
On the default.
Yeah, might be left there early.
Real early. Didn't see it this time, so not so convinced anymore.
Well, Snappy is here. And this one is a bit of a default spread. 1 towards A, 1 towards mid, and 3 towards B. This is how the meta of the map has developed so far, but with the new wall bangs, look at this. They've used it to walk on up. Doto's walked into the site with the spam. Look how much room he has. He can even go around the back lines here.
Oh, they surely...
Oh my god.
Surely not going to expect this.
Oh my god.
Dupree to be booked first. He's screaming to his teammates as if he wasn't frustrated enough, and there's more to come. Deep smokes. Oh, pressure mounting. Missed shots. Diha still converts. And it's only Magisk.
They're all dead. It doesn't even matter.
Magisk.
How is it all just working for them here?
Everything. Dude, Diha's in CT spawn. Magisk's only way out is
forward
into Snappy. He even flirted with the idea of flashing for Snappy, but he's got that much of a read on him.
I can't believe it.
Get in! Whoa! Snappy from Snappy.
I can't believe that. The fact that he spammed back to contest against Snappy's spray through the wall opened the door. 1 minute and 18 seconds. Nobody knows. He's taken a sip of an invisibility potion right there, Doto. You're going to be asking, how did he get there?
I have no idea, honestly.
Watch this. Yeah.
A jump scare. A genuine jump scare.
Can't skip a beat. Oh, mine would have too. That should have been far from the possibilities.
Wow, Doto. Cheeky, beaky-like. I think it might be Dupree's turn. I think that's really riled him up.
Oh, Ence are miracle workers right now.
Yeah, why does this look like the... Oh my god, we might get Ence Nip Ancient. That would be spicy.
Wouldn't mind seeing that one.
That might be...
The map pools actually line up quite nicely between those two teams.
Would you get like a Nuka, Ancient?
Yeah, but Mirage is pretty good for both of them,
True.
right? I think Ence have a very flexible map pool.
Dupree, he's going to surely catch him out. He'll hear the pin pull and strikes into Spinks. Response from Snappy's a bit overdue. Where is it? Delivers another headshot just in the last frame prior to his demise, and what an angle taken by Doto. Just the tip of his head spotted, and Lucky doesn't even get to react.
They can walk back, get the bomb, and head to either site. There's still plenty of time. Diha's spotted now and has an idea that there's at least one close towards Cave. Zip isn't going to push just yet, but he has the ability to do so. He's on that left-hand side, and will clear him. So aware of everything that's coming their way.
Why is it easy for Ence?
I have no idea, mate. I think maybe, just maybe, they have a song about it. Bubsky can't even hit that shot. He wasn't even looking. He was jumping on up. Hades presenting almost a free kill.
Yeah, Magisk is still worried about ramp, and the whole squad's coming in from the bedroom. Down goes Bobski, Magisk to clutch. 10 seconds, it could get chaotic, and it will, but I know Doto far too well. One's the 1v1, that will be his 12th, but Ence already up to 10. This is something else. Like, what is going on today?
I don't know.
Like, Vitality just completely absent, just beaten up by the ninjas, full bully circle, and then you come into this one. Ence make light work of a Astralis pick. Nuke, no less.
10-1. 10-1.
They were chasing, you know, legend status, and they're just struggling to have a single round of impact. We've seen one on the Deegs after Chad cursed them. Oh, into the spine for 2, that's divine. And more, Dupree's Deeg is there and Lucky as well. Maybe that's what's missing. It has to be the Eagles and the Scouts for them to find a round. That's twice they've struck. The aggression this time out of Ence, and just didn't anticipate Bobski lingering close to the smoke.
Both rounds will have profited through this A bomb side as well. So the quickness being the sickness for Ence as far as hemorrhaging rounds. Now, Spinks has looked pretty good.
1v4 good?
No, not 1v4 good. Look, even though Astralis are getting owned right now, they're not going to give up this one. Unless Spinks is Hiko reincarnated and it's 2014.
I'll be 2014 Anders as well.
All right. You do a good, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but I haven't had the right stimulus or supplements today.
Ah, I see. Now, I think he could just be saving everybody. Now, you can see already the money not great over there for Ence, and you'd think it should be, but some of these rounds have been starting to heat on up. Having a cuddle.
Yeah, brothers even in death.
Looking at the stars.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, they're good outfits today. They complemented each other quite nicely with the colours.
Yeah, it's good to get a coord with the relationship fit.
Would you be wearing a Mickey Mouse and a mini T-shirt with your significant other at Disneyland?
Chad, I'm many things. I am many things, but I am not a Disneyland adult.
Oh.
They
really?
have like, you know, they sell like season tickets. People go like it's like their lifestyle.
Sean's there all the time.
Part of their personality. Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah.
Sean's there all the time. He loves it.
Does he love it?
I don't know.
Or is he taking one for the team?
He's there. I think he loves it.
But you think adults, seeing other adults dressed up as popular characters and they enjoy it genuine?
Well, I don't know. People enjoy different things. You know,
yeah, of course.
In our realms, people, you know, the Dota fans, they enjoy some cosplay. You know, they like dressing up as
I've seen some T cosplays. They haven't awoken anything in me.
Okay. All right. What about Counter-Strike cosplay?
Yeah, there isn't many.
Well, we could be now because we haven't had
the agents in play for long before with the event.
Yeah, so now at the major, here's a challenge to everybody who's going to be coming to the Stockholm major. Can you find your favorite agent?
You want everyone to bring a cosplay.
Don't bring anything that resembles a gun or a knife or a grenade. Just the outfits.
Yes.
Just the outfits, right? None of the other stuff. Leave that at home. We don't need any security issues with the global situation, because both of those might compound negatively here. But Astralis 2, the best they can get is 5, and the double AWPs could be the key to that success. So back towards A, Ence go, and maybe they won't push the issue too quickly here. Yeah, find your favorite agent, see if you can get an outfit going.
If you've got a wetsuit.
Yeah, you can do the, well, yeah, that's super
I bet
easy
Bardolph's bringing his wetsuit.
That would be funny.
Calling it.
Bringing it back.
Calling it now.
I think it's been long enough. He can bring back out the gag.
Yeah, definitely.
Now they are a little bit later on this. That smoke up towards the B ramp with the molly in tow is starting to sell that there's more presence over towards this B site, as well as the fact it denies information. So the smoke's being lined up, and we've seen them go for that wall. Now they're going to go for that wall again. It's the two players, D-High and Snappy, who threw them previously, I do believe. This one ready to go. Spinks will have to be the gentleman's getting the molly in.
Yeah, and it's Dupree's AWP to see if he can rumble it. He's well ahead of the wall of smoke, so do they have flashes to account for the big box AWP? They'll... Sure, that could have been something special, and caught on the retreat. Bomb should go down uncontested. Can they learn from their previous shortcomings? He mixes it up, and Hades puts another one into the feed. Lucky caught on the rotate. It's way too easy for Ence.
Saving.
Someone get the song started. 11 on the T side.
You know what else was great there? We got to see it from Bubski's POV. The donut player can't have a fight, right? But normally with the donut smoke, they can play around it. There he's completely denied any vision. So your options of fighting are either the big box or temple, jumping up over the smoke as we saw previously. And Ence now with 11 rounds on the T-bloody side. I was having a look at the stats here during this event for the map and the round spread. 55.1% to the CT side and 44.9% to the T side. It's not even our most CT-sided map. Dust 2 is. Dust 2 is the most CT-sided map with 65.8%. That's huge.
based on recent...
That's just this event. Just this event.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because I want
interesting. And there's a small sample size as well, because we've only played a couple.
We've only played a total of 4 Dust 2s, right? So it's not the best.
Look how they butchered my boy.
Yeah, but also Inferno 54.9 on the CT side, Mirage 57.4 on the CT side, Nuke 57.9, Overpass 60.7. The only map so far in this event that hasn't been CT-sided was Vertigo, which actually has a 51.3% lean on the T side.
Interesting.
That is very curious. I'd be interested to see how that stacks up with the stats, let's say, the last 3 months of all of these maps.
Or just grab Pro League and take a direct comparison.
Sure. That's something I could do quite easily.
Because there was I mean, you got a nice sample size
spread,
out of that.
All right, well.
Oh, I do like that combo. God damn, Dota's going to make me spend money.
You could just buy a bunch of cases and keys.
What, and not get what I want?
Try your luck.
A gamble?
No, try your luck.
Oh, sorry. Try my luck.
Trying your luck.
Okay.
Well, if you think we've got powers, Alex, do you believe in them or not?
I certainly do. You're right. They're coming my way. I'll just manifest them after. Say it out loud or whatever.
Put it on your vision board.
I'll put it on my vision board. Put it on my Pinterest. Little snipping tool of Doto's gloves. Here he comes, plying his trade with them, and an AK in play. Charging in. Lucky they know he's that side, and Spinks still just having no issues on these duels. Astralis are just being made to look silly. Ence counting on Spinks, and he delivers. First man in the sight. And Astralis are running out of players, just pushing through mollies. Bubsky had to try something heroic. He's actually gotten away with that. Tucked into the cave now. I mean, that's just the first component of this retake, and it doesn't look like they're going to have the players to do this.
Okay, well, you think save is the best option, but with this low on rounds, you... Oh, may as well save. Okay, I thought that they'd give it a try. Magisk, he's gotten out of dodge. He's left Bubsky here. Bubsky's on 10 HP, and Doto, he's hunted him down easy as you like. One man standing. The hounds have been let off the leash. Magisk here all the way over towards the A side of things, and that is 12 bloody rounds. I cannot believe this. This is phenomenal Counter-Strike from Ence today. This is devastation. They are hitting a whole new level.
Oh yeah, truly ascending. I mean, this is Astralis, and don't forget, like, if you haven't maybe tuned into the whole event and you think this is just being taken lightly, this is an Astralis that have looked threatening in every other game. Like, we have been doing nothing but sing their praises, Chad. And an update on that B stream as I take a glance at Chad's screen. I see 11 already in the bank for G2. So they are just 5 rounds away from FaZe fans no longer chewing through their fingernails.
Yeah, we might hear celebrations from all around the world this evening. Here it is on your screens. And to 4v4 with 40 seconds left. Hunter can, do exactly that. Might be looking great for that. Yeah, 12th round.
Oof.
12th round. Fiend it's slipping through their fingers. That means tomorrow, if this continues, guys, so make sure you wait and see the actual end of that game. But it should be Fiend versus Copenhagen Flames for the last major spot.
Ooh, that would be intense.
Yeah, and remember Copenhagen Flames, they topped their group. They went 5-0 against a group with Big, Mouse, FPX, and G2.
They did. They looked fierce. And when we talked to the players about teams that have impressed, it was all Copenhagen Flames.
Final round to play here.
There you go, some aggression, but Spinks is there for some housekeeping, not letting that get too messy.
Spiral out of control just yet. Dupree.
Yeah, hold on, hold your horses.
Well, him and Magisk are giving this one a crack, aren't they? 13 kills for him and 11 for Magisk.
Dupree's catching the timing on that bomb rotation. Doto still delivering headshots, though.
He's a menace, isn't he?
It's a problem. Oh, nearly clearing the site on his own. Zipex perfectly placing his bullets and now looking to secure at least a third. 12-3 again. Oh, caught on the reload. D, huh?
I've seen him win
this
these.
Is so winnable.
I've seen him win these.
Ooh, flustered now, and that does cost him just a little tickle on the health.
The biggest player he has to account for right now is Dupree has gone around the world. He's going to be coming in through the B doors, and okay, never mind. He won't even get a chance to play out this 1-on-2 situation.
Looks on his face up until this point, but of course, Ence not only secured a spot for the major yesterday with a huge win up against G2, they 16-4 Astralis on their map pick, Chad, and it's 12-3 on the half. We saw a double dual T-side pistol. Snappy's whipping about here on the CT, and I'm intrigued to see what's coming their way. Will they hit him with the same strat? It will look very familiar.
Oh, they're quick.
And already Magisk has cut down Doto. They'll have to play for the retake. Rotates on its way. Deep control taken by Astralis. Bomb planted in the open. And Ence going to start running out of players here. The shadow indicates Lucky on pillar. Oh, Snappy's running out of options now. Running out of health. Astralis looking to start this half strong. Spinks held, nice angle from Bubsky, doesn't quite get it across the line.
Look how far around the world they've gone here. Diha is currently in Dona. I feel that this one is already over.
Yeah.
So just going to hold on to this for the force buy, right? And it makes sense because when you have such a lead like this, you're holding on to this and having Kevlar and a kit and a couple of nades as well going into the next round. It could be worth its weight in gold. So you get it, right? Because they have such a platform to work with here.
Hades probably a bit remiss. He lost 8 points of health.
Yeah, going to make it harder for him to get into that head armor. Maybe not even something he prioritizes here. Now, another B-Stream update, because this is huge news, right? This is massive news. Like, there's so many FaZe fans out there. There's so many of them. And at G2, they are currently up 14-2, right? 14-2. Now, FaZe's hands, Fate have been out of their hands ever since they finished here at the event. They've headed home. They're no longer here in Stockholm. And within 2 more rounds, that means Olof will become the 5th player to retain that legendary status of attending every single CSGO major. Here we go, it is the force by Spinks with a Famus. The rest just Eagles, and he's going to get flashed forward for a fight.
Spinks just lingering on the edge of that smoke, and just as the CT1 blooms of their own, he's got one way now to try and play with Doto. Relentless unload of the Astralis mags, and it's left 2 frags.
Well, the force by hasn't fallen flat yet, but at this point, you think it's just going to simmer on out because Astralis with the 2 extra bodies, the superior weaponry here, should be able to navigate across this with ease. Spinks giveaways his position. They also know there's a Deagle top mid. So that's a lot of reconnaissance done early as Astralis turn their attention towards the B bomb site. Likely just 1 player here, and that is the correct gamble. It's just Hades. And he's dead. They continue to fall like flies. Spinks, I'm sure he'll want to hold on to this Famus for the next round of play. So all 5 staying alive here, and good to see the resilience out of Astralis. This would be some comeback. That would change that narrative that we were having about this being a CT-sided map. Now, while we have this going, I did bring up the stats for Pro League.
Oh yeah, how do they compare?
Just to have a look at some of the maps, right? So Ancient during Pro League was only played a total of 13 times. And that was 58.8% CT-sided. Okay. So it's come down a little bit since then, but just a little bit. Dust 2 was a T-sided map there, but only just. We're talking 50.6%. So that one was the most even map that we had in the pool.
But now Dust 2 is at the highest at 60-something, 62 or something CT-sided. So those changes, at least in a small quote-unquote, sample size of IEM, EU, RMR, those are some letters.
Yeah, Inferno is close as well from Pro League. That's a 59% to 50.9% to 49.1. So yeah, you can go and take a look at those if you want, guys. HLTV does a great job at keeping all those stats for everybody.
Yeah, don't know where I'd be without them.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have that resource. Now, didn't get to keep that Famus across, did they? So it will just be the pistols, and the path of least resistance has been found through mid. Out the donor into the site. And the bomb is going to scamper on through T-spawn here. So Astralis, they will get themselves up to 6 rounds, but usually we wait until double digits before we start getting excited about a comeback here. And that is a long ways away. We just have to get past the first gun round of Ence. Oh, hold on a second.
Let's get past this one too.
Yeah, that is a kill. We need to see another, very deep smokes and a re-smoke as well. So they will have to find a different avenue of assault if they want to try and retake this. All 4 of them collapsing in on Donut. 3 from the top red house side, 1 going to be coming from ledge and mid. And I just spotted a lot here.
Yeah, that's the information they needed. Round secured. I'd love a couple more frags for good measure here. And yeah, well, it's a safe exit towards the A halls. They did get so much information on that. You can see Snappy's desperately trying to keep the chase on.
They've heard him, right? You can hear all of that from the A-man position and vice versa. So Snappy desperate and Snappy dead. Just goes down here. So, yeah, okay, they take somebody with him. Maybe not all in vain right there for Snappy, and this is where the purchases are coming on through. So Hades into the AWP. We'll have some Kev behind that, even a Molotov to work with for himself. The rest are into rifles. Spinks has a Galil. There is a AUG for Diha, and the other two are on M4s here. There hasn't been a kit purchased on up, and Spinks would have had enough money to do so. So let's hope this doesn't come back to bite Ence. They need to defuse. It will have to be the full 10-seconder.
All right, well, this is what Ence have been drilling for. Get our first taste of their CT setup. Look how many smokes are on the map right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the potential, 10 already fading. And that's Snappy.
I'm loose.
Fading the lights out of Zipek's eyes. They have the sight. Snappy smoked off. Oh, caught a glimpse of Lucky. It's Magisk again delivering. Double already, spotted out another. Doesn't choose to deploy the util just yet. Diha has been scouted out, and Hades with the AWP onto Dupree. So that's going to be the lurker accounted for. They can focus their attention now on the site. And the timer extended by that bomb plant. Game on, and Hades not done. Maybe there's more from this AWP. Okay, Bubsky's got as well. Just deleting them one by one. Single file into the scope, and the evasive strafe. Diha could have finished it right there and then, and Hades from way downtown throws it into the stands and into the hands of Lucky. 13. First gun round, good for Ence. What a retake.
Well, the bomb did go down, but the kit not a factor by any means. Hades, huge impact from him. Massive stuff. Absolutely massive. Well, they're going to get now a round on the board here for this CT side, and it all started with Snappy. The bomb site was lost. The kills were coming in the favor of Astralis here, but then this happened. Dupree, his job to make sure nobody can mantle on up and lock this down. Mag is trying to relieve that pressure, and he even accounts for the second on the push, so the coach happy with that. Hades as well with the smile on his face, and a timeout call for the CT side. 1 remaining here, and who would have thunk it? Only 1 remaining, and they've been getting up to this kind of antics. Now, it is an important round of Counter-Strike here, because if they're able to secure this one, they take it all away from Astralis. It's an open runway, a nice little velvet rope with the bodyguard at the door. He'll be letting you into that grand final. There's 3 more rounds of play here, and it is going to be an absolute pantsing that Astralis have suffered today.
Dupree and Magisk have been the ones to give Astralis any sort of fighting spirit in terms of the rounds, both on that CT side and as we saw just a moment ago in the opening of this half. Standard mid-util. Astralis have that control. It's not being vied for just yet.
Powerful position to have the AWP here, because if you try and cross this dry, it is a Grand Canyon of a cavern.
Yeah. There is some util. And he responds with Incendiary of his own, so that will cancel their plans.
Surprised he backed off. I think he could have hung around for a second or longer there, but the molly will fade, and now we can reposition here, so being safe about it. Snappy trying to get out, or is he just trying to fight here? Because he bought a lot of time, drops that smoke at about 1:08, so that's going to get them down until about the 50-second mark. All of Astralis are starting to corral over towards the B side of things now, so the troops are here. But there's also 3 players to defend B from Ence.
Snappy contested. Does go 1 for 1. Astralis in this commit, they have only got 35 seconds. They have to get through Hades' AWP. A flash is perfectly placed, as is Hades' smoke, so we can at least isolate these fights.
They're going to have to go through it.
I mean, yeah, or count on Zip, just taking some real risks. Smoke's deployed at the 20-second mark. These next frags are going to be very influential. He's hoping they run past him, and he's nailed it. Pins Dupree to the wall. Zipek's contributing in a very large capacity and just enough time. Just to plant safe on the pillar. Spinks arriving on the scene. Zipex will clean up. 3. This time Zip delivers. It's all of the old boys taking it in turns. First Dupree, then Magisk, and now we see Zipex with a triple kill to put the 7th on the board for Astralis, and it was by no means a guarantee.
No, that was a close round right there. You like the move from Hades, right? But if you had anything other than an AWP, it's probably 2 kills. Immediately traded from Doto, but it continues to fall in their favor here, and Astralis is showing some fight. A lot of teams, when they're down a scoreline, what Astralis just stomached 2 maps in a row, I'm not saying they'd give up, but the will to live is going to be pretty small. Now, Astralis, they're showing that fighting spirit. And they're getting close to that double digits, so this comeback is on. Going towards A against the Pistols was a bit of thorn in the side for Ence. They lost a couple of rounds to this, and Astralis are testing their luck. Only a USP over towards Temple will be mollied out of position. Now it's the donut hold.
Yeah, Spinks from Donut has already caught one.
Doto's close.
Trying to find a gap in the smoke, and Zipex's head is very close. It's gone. Not again. No, Doto, the double.
He's pushing through the smoke into Temple.
Not.
He is.
Oh, the blind spot, and he's taken another. The pistols are enough on this ace site for Astralis and Ence alike. Lucky forced into a clutch. The smoke will fade. He's got vision as well, Snappy. Oh, did he catch a glimpse? Now he has. Lucky's flubbed the movement, and he has hit a quick scope. Not the second, though, and Ence will find 14. That's nuts.
Doto there, just using that smoke. I don't know if it was misthrown by Astralis or not, but on the site there, it had a little gap, and he punishes in a big way. This was for Spinks in middle, and that's while the A hit was coming in, so they knew exactly where he was. This is the gap in the smoke I'm talking about here, and he even used it to pip himself in towards Temple and find a third. So Doto,
that was sick.
Huge impact from the Finn, and oh, it's really hurt Astralis' bank balance here. Look at this buy. Scout, Mac-10, CZ, a Galil, and 1 AK. Dupree's been mollied on back immediately here. Aggressive stuff from Spinks out mid. Being contested towards Cave as well, and oh, they're going to push Nappy's position. He stands, but he goes down.
Yeah, I mean, he had to make a play.
Whoa.
Just been found. They just bring the fight to them. How are you supposed to communicate and coordinate when they just keep running at you? They have the bomb now in Cheetah. It's locked on. Oh, Lucky's got a smoke. That's not going to get him far. Incendiary already actually licking him down to 58, 48.
Oh, Doto, really? Really?
He actually is. Oh, okay. Just recovered nade, and that could do damage. Bit shy of the mark, but they've got a bolstered defense now here. Smoke exchange. Wallbangs are threatening. Likely they want to at least have some presence in that ramp side.
You just start spamming through here. We know it's paper thin. They get to harass. There is plenty of time on the clock. The smokes will eventually fade. Spinks with the only other loose one here on the board, but he can't get close enough to throw this one in. It will be a fight, and this is one of the problems with playing the bomb. They know what corners they have to clear, but it doesn't matter. Diha's here.
Comes too easy. Last 2 running into the spray. Doto,
oh, they're low.
He's done enough damage. It's Hades to finish, and just the one separating Ence from a brilliant result. A feather for the cap, taking down Astralis and doing so as convincingly as this, an event they've looked otherwise very convincing, these Danes.
Now, just as we get into the final round of play here, the G2 Fiend game did conclude, so FaZe have found themselves into the major. That one has been secured. There are only 6 more teams who can qualify for the major. Extreme or EG, they will play tonight. Tyloo or Vici, and Copenhagen Flames or Fiend. 3 of those names will be at the major here in about
last
17.
3 seats
yeah,
at the table.
That's it. But focusing in on the EU RMR, Ence wanting to set themselves up as a big name going into that major. If they make it into the grand final here and they even upset again against NIP, that'll be G2, Astralis, and then NIP they'll have to have faced in this bracket. There's some juicy names. They didn't get here in the easy way.
Holding the A site is Diha. Opts for a full fresh 30, and it seems Astralis have had second thoughts.
Just against the Deagles.
To finish it off.
There's not even a bogey AK. There's nothing curious here to get the party started.
Hades does get the party started for Ence. Oh, premature celebration perhaps, sat in the open. Dupree with some good moves, at least the first found, but oh, Astralis losing bodies rapidly. Looking for some weapon recovery. Spinks is in a position to punish, play in the closed corner. One more bullet could cut it. Ence looking for the finish. Just 40 points of health.
Lucky in a 1-on-3.
Domination stations. And there it is. What a win. That's a win to be proud of for sure. Ence, one to watch out for in Stockholm.
Well, they got it done yesterday under pressure of that Dust 2 game to secure themselves a spot in that major, and now setting themselves up with a grand